I'm here with Cody Walker.
Oh, sorry.
Now, when you walked in, I was sitting with members of the borough, and they said you looked happy walking in with Latrell.
What, today?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was happy to have the big fella back. Pretty special week for the club. Obviously not ideal, but there's some pretty important probably milestones and achievement that we're playing for this weekend. We've got 3 players debuting for the club, which is exciting news for the club and exciting for those young boys.
We'll talk about them in a minute, but they did say before you played first grade, you were playing for North Sydney, and they kept saying, when are they going to put this bloke in? You remember those days?
Yeah, I do remember those days. Back in 2015, it was, I thoroughly enjoyed going out there and playing for North Sydney, another foundation club. A lot of history behind it, and enjoyed those days, but I'm where I want to be, and that's in the red and green.
So you were a late bloomer. Why did it take you so long to play first grade?
It probably wasn't probably playing or probably living the lifestyle to be an NRL footballer, and that's the reality of where I was at that time, and it took me a little while to find that, find the motivation for wanting to, be an NRL footballer. Once I found that, I worked extremely hard and to get to the position I am, and got a lot of people to thank for that.
I might have told you this story, but I did get a tip about you. After the 2014 grand final, I was up at the juniors Kingsford, and I met your manager, and he said to me, this bloke Cody, he's as good as Reno and Keary. And I thought, gee, they're the grand final winning halves. But he believed in your ability, and so did you. And I think now you've played 200 NRL games. He was pretty much on the money.
Yeah, look, I suppose I always had the ability, growing up. It was probably about whether I had the dedication and commitment that it took to be an NRL footballer. It took me a little while to find that, and probably from a young age, I wouldn't say burnt bridges, but my work ethic in that probably got questioned a fair bit. So I had to build all that back up, or build it up to a certain standard. And I've floated around a fair bit to different, systems. Went to Brisbane, went to Melbourne, came to Sydney. So it took me a little while to build that reputation back up. And, I'm thankful that South gave me a wonderful opportunity, and, I haven't looked back.
200 games coming up. You scored 91 tries. And also I had a look, you kicked 10 from 12 in your first year at 83%. And that's better than Reno. He's only kicking at 82%.
I might have to put my hand up, I think.
As a backup. Now, you're not from Sydney. You grew up in Casino.
Yep.
But you're a South man now.
Yeah, I am. I didn't understand the history and, I suppose the backstory behind South before I came. I wasn't a South supporter. I didn't know anything about South. But once you walk through the doors, it hits you square in the eyes about, what it means to be a South Sydney player, history on the walls, the legendary players that have played before us. And I just fell in love with the club, fell in love for what it stands for, what makes South Sydney tick, and I just love that about our club. We're a fighting club. We've shown a lot of resilience in the way we've been kicked out and brought back into the competition. That's similar to my journey, which I've had to work extremely hard for. We're a working class club, so I just love that about our club.
And you've got the honour of being the captain in your 200th game, because Cam's injured, obviously, but it's going to be huge on Saturday out there against the Dragons.
Yeah, it is. Anytime you, put that C next to your name in such a strong and proud history, it's always a real honour and a real privilege idiots. Always a real honour and privilege to put the red and green on, but to captain it's even more special.
Now, you mentioned the debutants. Tell us a little bit about Dion Tiapa.
Yeah, Dion's been in the squad for a number of years now, and I was really impressed with him. It was last year when he played that first trial against Manly, and I think he scored a double that game.
Mm-hmm, he did.
And then to go on and have the season that he did last year, going to win the premiership, going to win the the national final, and then to go on and represent his people in Tonga. He's played some big games, previously. That's going to put him in good stead to handle first grade footy. I'm really looking forward to seeing him go out there and beat Dion Tiapa. He's got a wonderful work ethic as a young kid. He has a crack, which is always good, and we're extremely lucky, and we can't wait to see him out there.
And also Matthew French, another good one.
Yeah, it was a great story. I actually asked him this morning when I seen him, how's your last couple of days been? And just hearing the stories about the whirlwind that's happened in his life over the last couple of days, but also just hearing him speak before the group this morning about what it means to be to put the red and green on. He's been introduced to South through his older brother and his dad, who are great supporters of the club. So just hearing him speak and knowing how much it means to him to put on the red and green, it's always a huge honour to see those boys come in, and they bring a different energy to the group and different excitement. So we're looking forward to that this weekend.
And just another one, I think it's Kaifah Shibasaki, the Townsville Blackhawks broke the news to him, and all the boys cheered him on. So that's a good story too. Yeah,
it's a wonderful story. He spoke about what motivated him when he first came down on the Monday, and I think he's got a little daughter just recently been born, I think about 5 months ago. So
cool.
It gave him that kickstart and that motivation to try again in the NRL. He's played over, I think it might be over 40 games in the NRL, and he went away for a little bit, which that gave him that little bit of motivation, a little bit of kickstart to get himself back in the system, a reserve grade system, and that's the beauty of having a partnership with the Townsville Blackhawks. We can bring a guy like Gemmett in, and as I said, those three boys bring a different excitement, different energy to the group, which is good to go through what we've been through over the last couple of weeks. To have that excitement and build that energy back up is what's thoroughly needed.
I got 2 kids, and I know you got kids. It changes you when you have children, doesn't it?
It does. It puts things into perspective. You're certainly not living for yourself anymore. You've got young kids that rely on you, that depend on you, and you just want to do the best you can by them.
I heard you say there's been improvements, but I suppose despite all the injuries, the team just has to keep working on getting better for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think so. I know it might not seem like it with the score lines, but if you narrow everything down, we have been improving in certain areas of the game. We've just got to, focus in on those areas of the game, and hopefully we can improve those minutes over the next couple of weeks and put together an 80-minute performance. We're always striving for that, that perfect game, but hopefully we can get that over the next couple of days.
Cody Walker, congratulations on 200 games and good luck.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
Thanks, mate.